So now let's have a look at adding the arrow and the target to the scene. Actually, I'm going to add the target and the bomb first. So let's have a look at that. We will create two new functions. So func add target, and then func add bomb. Okay, so in here what we can do is to give a position to the node here, so the arrow and target and the bomb. So let's make sure we actually add them to the scene view first. So what I can have here as well is a convenience var. So if I do var root node, which is of type scn node, and here I'm going to return the scene view's scene root node. So now I just have to call root node instead of all of these every time. Okay, so in my view did load, I can say root node dot add child node, and here I'll add my arrow. Actually, I'm not going to add the arrow, I'm going to add the target, and here I'm going to do the same for the bomb. The arrow is a little different, and we'll see this a bit later. So here I can change the position of my target. So the target dot position dot x equals, so we'll do a -1 for now, and target dot position dot z is going to be equal to -1 as well. Now for the bomb, I'm going to do the same, but it's going to be bomb, bomb, and I obviously don't want them to be exactly in the same place. I want this to be 1 meter. Okay, so it's been a lot of code. Let's now run this to see what it looks like on a phone. So let's run. So the app has loaded. If I look on -1 here on the left, I've got my target, and here if I look on the right, I've got my bomb. So this looks good, although I can tell straight away I forgot to add a light. So we're just going to do this now. But also when we tap the screen on and hit the target, I want to call a function. And also when we don't have the arrow or the target in view, I want to add the arrow to point me in the right direction. So let's have a look at how we can do this. Okay, so what we need here now is to, so first of all, let's just add some lights. So I'm going to say that the scene view will auto enable default lighting, and I'm going to say yes, that is correct, mister. And then so we've got our bomb, we have the target. When we touch the screen, we want to understand what the user has touched. Is it a target? Is it a bomb? Or is it actually nothing? So let's have here a touches began, and in here I'm going to perform I'm going to perform a hit test, but it's going to be an SCN hit test, which means that it's going to look through the scene, and if we are touching a node, we will return the node's name and then do whatever we want with it. Okay, so let hit test equals, so a SceneView hit test. And you can see we've got the AR hit test that we've used previously to understand where is the ground or the table, etc. But here now we use the SCN hit test, which is going to look through all the virtual objects this time, not the real one. So we need to look for a point, and we're not going to just do the center as we have done so in the past for AR hit test. We are going to look for the touch's location. So here I'm going to say so guard let first equals touches dot first. So this is, if I go quick help, actually, yeah, it's a UI touch, so else return. If we don't have a touch, obviously there's nothing we can do, so we'll just return completely. Then let's location is going to be equal to the touch that we just, so actually, yeah, let's just call this touch. And then here I'm going to have touch dot location in, and that's going to be in our scene view. Okay, so this will give us the location, the 2D location on your screen. So am I tapping on the top of the screen, on the bottom of the screen, left side, right side? And SceneKit is going to perform a hit test, so it's going to send a ray that's going to be perpendicular to the touch and looking at the phone's orientation. And if under your touch you find an object, a node, then that's the one we want to return. Cool. So which point? Well, this is our location in here. Actually, location is doesn't need to be unwrapped, because if we have found a touch, it does have a location. This is not an optional. So the location can be after the guard. Okay, so now Xcode is happy, and for options, I'm just going to say that I don't need any options, so it's going to be nil. Then I can look through the hit test, so you can see that it's an array of hit test results, and I'm interested in the first one. So the first one is going to be the object that's the closest to me, so first, and I can guard for this as well, so guard let first equals hit test dot first, otherwise we'll just return. Okay, so first dot, and here we can pass the node. As simple as that. So the node has a name, and we can then do a switch through those names. So we have a case of target, and we have a case of bomb. Oop. This one and bomb. Okay, so for now I'm just going to print target, and here I'm going to print bomb. And then we can do something a bit more clever with that and do a random, we need to have default, so default, and I'm just going to print here the well, just that, the name of whatever you found, which is neither a target nor a bomb, so I wonder what you found. Yeah, it's a string. Cool. Let's run and see what we get. Okay, here we are. So I've got my target here, I've got my bomb there, and you can tell that adding a bit of light to the scene makes a big difference. That's how it looks like outside my flat, by the way. So here and here, and if I tap Did it? Yeah, it went target. Look at that. So if I make this bigger and bigger, target, I tap on the target, it just gets, if I tap on the clock, nothing happens, target, 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 and here, boom, 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 boom. Okay, optional bomb fuse, interesting. Look at that. Okay, so I want to, that went to default. Thank God I put the default one in there, because we can now go and rename this.